Make out, discern or understand something, often in a challenging context.
I was reviewing the financial report, but I couldn't quite make out the details of the projections.
I understand. The numbers can be confusing. Let's go through it together, and I'll help you make out the key points.
Thanks. I'm not used to dealing with such complex data. Your expertise will definitely help me make out the trends.
No problem. Once you make out the patterns, it becomes easier to interpret the financial outlook.
True. I just want to make sure I make out the implications for our upcoming projects. It's crucial for planning.
Absolutely. Making out the potential challenges and opportunities will give us a clearer picture of our next steps.
Speaking of which, did you make out the details of the new client's requirements? They seem a bit ambiguous.
It took some time, but I eventually made out the key requirements. I'll share my findings with the team to ensure everyone is on the same page.
Perfect. Your ability to make out the nuances in complex information is really valuable to the team. Thanks for your help.
Anytime. I'm here to make out the details and support the team's understanding of important matters.
Make up for, compensate for a deficiency or mistake.
I can't believe I missed the deadline for the project proposal.
It happens to the best of us. Don't worry, maybe there's a way to make up for it.
I'm not sure how to make up for it. The client was counting on us to deliver on time.
Well, we could reach out to the client, explain the situation, and see if there's any way we can make up for our mistake.
I guess I have no choice but to do that. It's embarrassing, though. I feel like I let the whole team down.
Mistakes happen, and the important thing is to acknowledge them and take steps to make up for them. The team will understand.
You're right. I'll send an apology email to the client and offer to work extra hours to make up for the delay.
That's a good start. It shows your commitment to making up for the missed deadline.
I hope the client is understanding and gives us a chance to make up for this oversight.
I'm sure they'll appreciate your honesty and your efforts to make up for it. We all learn from our mistakes, and this will help us improve our processes in the future.
Thanks for your support and advice. I'll take the necessary steps to make up for this slip-up.
Give in, surrender or yield to pressure or temptation.
I can't believe it's been a month already, and I'm still on this strict diet.
You've shown amazing dedication, but it's okay to have a treat once in a while. Don't be too hard on yourself.
I know, but it's tough when everyone around me is indulging in delicious food. I'm tempted to just give in and join them.
It's natural to feel that way, but remember why you started this diet. You had a goal in mind, and you've made progress.
You're right, I've lost some weight and feel healthier. I shouldn't give in to short-term cravings at the expense of my long-term goals.
That's the spirit. It's important to stay committed, and occasional indulgences won't ruin your progress.
Thanks for the support. I needed a reminder not to give in to temptation. I'll stick to my plan.
I'm here for you, and you've got this. Keep up the good work, and the results will be worth it in the end.
Call for, demand or require something.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous.
Have you heard about the new regulations for the construction industry?
Yeah, they're calling for stricter safety standards and more frequent inspections, right?
That's correct. The recent accidents have prompted the government to call for these changes.
It's about time. Safety should always be a top priority in construction.
Absolutely. These new rules will call for better protection for workers and the public.
But I've heard some builders and contractors aren't happy about the additional requirements. It might call for higher costs.
Yes, there's resistance from some in the industry, but ultimately, these measures will call for a safer and more reliable construction sector.
Well, I suppose it's a necessary step forward. It will also call for better accountability among construction companies.
You're right. It's a call for a higher standard of work and ethical practices.
Let's hope that these changes will lead to a safer and more secure construction environment for everyone.
Agreed. It's a call for a necessary transformation in the industry, and in the long run, it will benefit everyone involved.
Working.
How's work been for you lately?
It's been busy, to say the least. Deadlines and meetings have been piling up.
I hear you. I've had my fair share of late nights too. Any exciting projects on your plate?
Yeah, I'm actually working on this new client project. It's challenging but interesting.
That's great. A bit of a challenge can be motivating. How's the team handling it?
We're all in it together, supporting each other. Teamwork makes a big difference.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we should schedule that team meeting for tomorrow, right?
Yes, it's essential to keep everyone on the same page. Let's aim for the morning.
Sounds good. Thanks for keeping things organized. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
You're welcome. Let's tackle these tasks and make it a productive day.
Take off, become airborne or leave a place quickly.
I heard your flight got delayed. When is it scheduled to take off now?
It's been rescheduled for later this evening. I'm hoping it won't be delayed again, and we can finally take off.
Fingers crossed. Once you take off, how long is your layover?
Just a short layover in Atlanta before I take off for the final leg of the journey. I'm looking forward to reaching my destination.
Safe travels. Let me know when you take off, so I know you're on your way.
Will do. I'll send you a message once we take off from here. By the way, I need to take off from work a bit early today to catch the flight.
No problem. Take off whenever you need to. I'll cover for you if anything comes up.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'll make sure to wrap up my tasks before I take off.
Have a great trip. Take off smoothly and enjoy your time at the destination.
Thanks. I can't wait to take off and start this vacation. It's been a long time coming.
Look up, search for information or improve one's mood.
Have you had a chance to look up that new restaurant downtown?
Not yet, but I heard it's great. I'll look it up online and see the reviews.
Yeah, do that. I'm planning a dinner with some friends, and I want to make sure it's a good choice.
I'll definitely look up the reviews and check the menu. Any specific cuisine you're in the mood for?
I'm open to anything, really. Just looking for a place with a good ambience and tasty food.
Got it. I'll look up a few options and send them your way. We can pick the best one together.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for looking it up for me. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. I enjoy looking up new places to try. It's always fun discovering hidden gems.
Definitely. And speaking of fun, do you know any good comedies on streaming platforms? I need something to look up to lighten the mood.
Oh, for sure. I'll look up some recommendations for you. Laughter is the best medicine, right?
Absolutely. Looking forward to your suggestions. Thanks for helping me look up both the restaurant and the comedy options.
Set up, establish or arrange something, often a business or event.
Have you heard about Mark's new venture?
No, what's he up to now?
He decided to set up his own business. A digital marketing agency, I think.
That's ambitious. Setting up a business takes a lot of effort. How is he planning to go about it?
He's been working on a business plan and already set up a meeting with potential clients. He's really serious about it.
Impressive. Setting up a business requires careful planning and execution. I hope it goes well for him.
He's also looking for a suitable office space to set up his headquarters. He wants a professional environment for his team.
Finding the right space is crucial when setting up a business. It affects the overall atmosphere and productivity.
Exactly. He's researching locations and considering factors like accessibility and amenities before setting up the office.
Smart move. Setting up in the right location can make a significant difference in the success of the business.
I agree. He's taking the time to set up everything properly from the start to ensure long-term success.
I wish him the best of luck. Setting up a business is a challenging journey, but it can be incredibly rewarding when done right.
Keep up with, stay informed about or maintain pace with something.
Hey, have you been able to keep up with the latest project updates?
Not really. I've been swamped with other tasks. What's the latest?
Well, the team has made significant progress, and there are some changes to the timeline.
I need to keep up with that. Any major setbacks?
Surprisingly, no setbacks. Everyone's been working hard to stay on track.
That's great to hear. I'll catch up on the details after lunch. Anything specific I should know?
The client requested a few modifications, but nothing too drastic. Just make sure you keep up with the client's expectations.
Got it. I'll review the updates and make sure I'm up to speed by the end of the day.
Perfect. Let me know if you need any clarification. We want everyone to keep up with the changes smoothly.
Will do. Thanks for the heads up.
Interviewing.
How did your interview go today?
It went okay, but I felt a bit nervous during the interview. I hope I made a good impression.
I'm sure you did fine. Did they ask any tricky questions?
Yeah, they asked about my previous work experiences and how I handled challenges. I tried to showcase my skills and achievements.
That's important. Did you ask any questions about the company?
Yes, I inquired about their work culture and future plans. I wanted to show my interest in the role.
Sounds like you were well prepared. When will you hear back from them?
They said they'd get back to me within a week, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
I'm sure you aced it. You've got the qualifications and the right attitude. Good luck.
Thanks, I appreciate your support. I hope it leads to a job offer.
Pay back, repay a debt or favor.
Hey, remember when you covered my dinner tab last week?
Yeah, I remember. No problem. You didn't have your wallet, and I was happy to pay for it.
I really appreciate it. I want to pay you back for it. How much was it?
It was $25. But don't worry about it. You can pay me back whenever it's convenient for you.
I'd rather do it sooner than later. Can I give you the money today?
That's really thoughtful of you. If you're sure, I'll take the $25 you owe me.
Thanks for being understanding about it. I just like to make sure I pay back my debts promptly.
I understand completely. It's good to keep things settled. And hey, if the roles were reversed, I know you'd do the same for me.
That's true. Friends should help each other out and pay back any kindness shown.
I couldn't agree more. It's all part of being good friends and looking out for one another.
Back out, withdraw from an agreement or commitment.
Hey, remember the charity run we signed up for next month?
Yeah, I do, but I might have to back out of it.
Really? What happened? You were so excited about it.
I know, but I've had some unexpected work commitments come up, and I won't have enough time to train for it.
That's unfortunate, but I understand. Your job is important. Are you sure there's no way to work around it?
I've tried, but it's just not possible. I don't want to back out. But I don't want to half-heartedly participate either.
I appreciate your honesty. It's better to back out now if we can't fully commit. We can always do another event together in the future.
Thanks for understanding. I hate to back out, but I'll make it up to you and the team somehow.
No worries, life happens. We'll find another way to spend time together. Your work is essential, and we support you.
Thanks, that means a lot. I hate to back out of this commitment. But sometimes things just don't go as planned.
Travel.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Hey, have you done any recent travel?
Not recently, but I'm planning a trip to Europe next month. I can't wait.
That sounds amazing. Which countries are you visiting?
I'll start in France, then Switzerland, and finally Italy. It's going to be a whirlwind adventure.
Wow, those are some fantastic destinations. Any must-see places or activities on your list?
Definitely the Eiffel Tower in Paris, hiking in the Swiss Alps, and exploring the historic sites in Rome.
Sounds like an incredible itinerary. Do you have your accommodation sorted out?
Yes, I've booked most of the hotels and Airbnb stays. Just a few more to go.
That's great to hear. Travel planning can be quite a task. Any tips for a smooth trip?
Pack light, stay flexible, and immerse yourself in the local culture. The best experiences often happen spontaneously.
Thanks for the advice. Have a fantastic time on your trip, and safe travels.
Thanks. I'll be sure to share my travel stories when I get back.
Show up, arrive or appear, often unexpectedly.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming.
Have you heard from John recently? I haven't seen him in a while.
No, I haven't heard anything from him either. He didn't show up to last week's game night.
That's strange. John's usually punctual, so it's unusual for him not to show up.
Yeah, I thought so too. I tried calling, but he didn't answer his phone.
I hope nothing's wrong. It's not like John to not show up and not let anyone know.
I know, and he hasn't shown up at work either. His absence is starting to worry me.
Maybe we should try visiting his place to check on him. It's not like him to just not show up without a reason.
That might be a good idea. Let's hope he's okay and that there's a reasonable explanation for why he didn't show up.
I hope so too. Let's go see him this evening. If he's not there, we might need to contact someone close to him to find out why he hasn't shown up.
Agreed. It's better to be proactive and make sure he's okay.
I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel.
Cut through, go through a difficult situation or obstructed path.
I heard you had a tough time with your recent project at work.
Yeah, it was a real challenge. I had to cut through a lot of red tape to get it done.
What obstacles did you have to cut through to make it a success?
The biggest hurdle was getting approval from upper management. There were so many layers of bureaucracy to cut through.
I can imagine that must have been frustrating. How did you manage to cut through all the resistance?
It took a lot of persistence and presenting a solid case. I had to cut through their doubts and prove that the project was worthwhile.
It sounds like you did a great job navigating all those obstacles and cutting through the bureaucracy.
Thanks. It was a long and challenging process, but in the end, I managed to cut through all the barriers and get the project approved.
Well, I'm impressed with your determination and ability to cut through the red tape. It's a valuable skill in the corporate world.
It certainly is. Sometimes, you just have to keep pushing until you can cut through all the barriers and make things happen.
Deal with, handle or manage a situation or problem.
I heard you had some issues at work recently. How did you deal with it?
Yeah, it was a challenging situation. I had to deal with a project that was way behind schedule.
That doesn't sound easy. How did you deal with it to get things back on track?
I had to first identify the bottlenecks, and then deal with them by reallocating resources and setting clear priorities.
That's a good approach. It's important to deal with the root causes of the problem.
Exactly. Once I dealt with those issues, it became easier to manage the project and meet the deadlines.
It's impressive how you were able to deal with it so effectively. I know some people would have just panicked in such a situation.
Well, I've learned that staying calm and dealing with problems systematically is the key to success.
I couldn't agree more. It's essential to deal with challenges proactively instead of letting them escalate.
Absolutely. If you don't deal with issues promptly, they can become much bigger problems.
Thanks for sharing your experience in dealing with workplace challenges. It's a valuable lesson for all of us.
Run away with, elope or escape with someone.
Have you heard about Sarah and Tom?
No, what's going on with them?
They ran away with each other last weekend. They eloped.
Really? I had no idea they were planning to run away with each other. How did their families react?
Surprisingly well. I think they were prepared for the possibility of the couple running away together. They had been dating for a while.
Running away with someone can be a bold move, but if they're in love, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, they decided to run away with each other and have a small, intimate wedding instead of dealing with all the traditional wedding stress.
That's one way to do it. Running away with your partner can create a more personal and memorable experience.
Absolutely. They ran away to a beautiful destination and had a ceremony on the beach. It was like a dream wedding.
I'm happy for them. Running away with the person you love sounds like a romantic adventure.
It definitely is. I guess sometimes running away with your partner is the perfect way to start a new chapter in your life.
Break out, begin suddenly or escape from a place.
Did you hear about the fire at the office building last night?
Yeah, it was all over the news. Apparently, it broke out on one of the upper floors.
It was pretty terrifying. I'm just glad everyone managed to get out safely.
Me too. The firefighters did an amazing job containing the blaze and helping people break out of the building.
I can't believe how quickly it spread. The flames seemed to break out of control in no time.
It's a stark reminder of how important it is to have fire safety measures in place.
Definitely. We should have more fire drills at the office. Knowing the escape routes can make a big difference if a fire ever breaks out.
You're right. It's better to be prepared for such emergencies.
I heard the investigation is ongoing to determine what caused the fire to break out in the first place.
Yes, they'll need to find the cause to prevent it from happening again. It's fortunate that nobody got hurt.
Absolutely. The safety of the people should always come first when such incidents break out.
Come by, obtain or acquire something.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous.
Hey, I've been searching for that book everywhere, but I can't seem to find it.
Which book are you looking for?
It's The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've been wanting to read it.
Funny you should mention that. I have a copy. Would you like to come by and pick it up?
Seriously, that would be fantastic. I'd love to come by and borrow it from you.
No problem at all. I'm happy to help you come by the book. Just let me know when you want to come by, and we'll arrange a time.
I really appreciate it. I'll try to come by your place later today if that works for you. Great, thanks a lot.
That's
I'll
fine
come
with
by
me.
this evening.
Just come by whenever you're available. You're welcome. Feel free to come by anytime. I'll have the book ready for you.
I'll definitely come by later. Thanks again for letting me borrow it.
No problem at all. I'm glad I could help you come by the book you were looking for.
Set out, begin a journey or start a task.
The day has finally come. Are you ready to set out on a road trip across the country?
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this adventure for so long. I can't wait to set out on the open road.
We've got the map, snacks, and camping gear all packed. We're all set to set out.
It's going to be an amazing journey. I'm glad we're setting out on this together.
Me too. It's not every day that you get to set out on a cross-country road trip with your best friend.
That's true. We'll have stories to tell for a lifetime after we set out on this journey.
I'm excited to see all the places we'll set out to explore and experience the freedom of the open road.
And we've planned it all so well. No need to worry about anything once we set out.
It's going to be an unforgettable trip, and I can't wait to set out on our first leg of the journey.
Let's get in the car, start the engine, and set out on this incredible adventure together.
Bring down, lower or reduce something, or cause a downfall.
Have you seen the recent report on pollution levels in our city?
Yes, it's alarming. The air quality index keeps rising. We really need to do something to bring down the pollution levels.
I agree. We should encourage more people to use public transport and reduce their reliance on cars.
That's a good idea. It would help bring down the emissions from vehicles, which are a major contributor to air pollution.
And we need stricter regulations on industrial emissions too. That would definitely bring down the pollution.
Absolutely. Industrial pollution is a significant factor, and we must work on reducing it.
If we don't take action, the pollution levels will keep rising. And that could bring down the overall quality of life in the city.
It's a serious issue, and we can't afford to ignore it any longer. We need to bring down pollution for the health of our residents and the environment.
Let's start by raising awareness and getting people involved. Together, we can make a difference and bring down pollution levels in our city.
That's a great plan. We have to work together to bring about positive change.
Put down, criticize or insult someone, or euthanize an animal.
I heard you had a disagreement with Sarah. What happened?
Yeah, we were discussing the project, and she started to put down my ideas. It was frustrating.
That's tough. It's important to provide constructive feedback rather than just putting someone down.
Exactly. I tried to remain professional, but it's disheartening when your efforts are put down like that.
Have you considered talking to her about how her comments made you feel? Communication can help resolve these issues.
I'm planning to address it in our team meeting. I don't want to put her down, but I need to express how her criticism affects the team dynamic.
That sounds like a reasonable approach. Hopefully, it leads to a more constructive dialogue.
On a different note, I had to make the difficult decision to put down my elderly dog. It was a heartbreaking experience.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Making the choice to put down a pet is never easy.
It was the right decision for his well-being, but it doesn't make it any less painful. Losing a pet is like losing a family member.
Absolutely. If you need anything during this difficult time, don't hesitate to reach out. Losing a pet is a unique kind of grief.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Directions.
Excuse me, I seem to be a bit lost. Can you help me with directions to the nearest train station?
Of course. You're in luck. It's just a few blocks away. Go down this street, take a left at the traffic light, and you'll see the station entrance on your right.
Thank you so much. I'm not from around here, so I appreciate your help.
No problem at all. Getting lost in a new place happens to the best of us. Is there anything else you need to find?
Actually, I was hoping to grab a quick bite to eat. Any good restaurants nearby?
Absolutely. There's a nice cafe just around the corner from the train station. They serve great sandwiches and coffee.
Perfect. Thanks for the recommendations. You've been a big help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal and have a safe trip.
Time.
Time seems to be flying by lately, doesn't it?
Tell me about it. It feels like just yesterday it was the beginning of the year, and now we're approaching the end.
It's crazy how days turn into weeks, then months, in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Sometimes I wish I could slow things down a bit.
I know what you mean. There's always so much to do, and it's hard to find time for everything.
And yet, it's essential to make time for the things that truly matter.
True. We need to cherish moments with loved ones and prioritize self-care too.
Definitely. Time is our most precious resource, and we should use it wisely.
Agreed. Let's make the most of the time we have and create meaningful memories along the way.
That's a great perspective. Time well spent is the key to a fulfilling life.